Okay, I think we can now start. Can see you have quite a number of you in, and I feel like we should now start. So welcome to this session. I'm Raymond Kipkoech Kirui, and I'll be taking you through, we'll be continuing from where we left last time. And before we continue, I'll just would like to get it from you. Just to get it from you, what did we learn last time? Anybody can tell us whatever we learned last time. You can just chip in and mute and tell us whatever we learned.
We learn about last time we just discussed about assets risky associated in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shadrach, for that. Today we are going to talk about laboratory waste disposal. And I also like to someone to tell us what a laboratory waste is. And by the way, our learning outcomes for today are you should be able to define what a laboratory waste is. And secondly, you should be able to describe the laboratory waste disposal routes. So anybody with any idea of what a laboratory waste is? Just unmute and say something. Leonard, are you around? Okay. Can see you people. Anyone? I can see a hand raised up. Who's that? Mildred? Just carry on, Mildred. Mildred doesn't want to talk. Okay. A laboratory waste is a laboratory waste is any material that has been used in the lab, but it is no longer okay. Sorry for that technical hitch. I think I had some internet interruptions over here. So as we are talking about what a laboratory waste is, and we say that a laboratory waste is a leftover of an experiment that will no longer be necessary or will no longer be needed to be used in the laboratory. So that is why it has to be disposed. Secondly, we are going to talk about how do we dispose these laboratory wastes. These laboratory wastes are disposed basically based on the nature of the waste. Of course, we have the chemical waste, the biological waste, the sharps, like the used needles, the scalpels, the broken glasses, the blades. We also have the radioactive waste, like the isotopes, the contaminated materials, and then we have the general waste, which include the papers, the wrappers, the what else? Yes, those are the laboratory waste that we have in the laboratory. And just to mention a few laboratory waste disposal routes, we have, like for example, the biological waste. How can we dispose them? We can dispose these laboratory waste, especially the biological ones, uh, by actually determining whether they are hazardous. If they are hazardous, there's a way. Like if they are hazardous, we can first do autoclaving. This is a process whereby you sterilize the infectious material uh, so that when you are disposing them, they cannot be harmful. to the environment. And if they are not hazardous, you can do land filling. Land filling is actually whereby you just take the waste and you take them far away from where people live, like somewhere in the forest, somewhere designated, then they can be disposed there because in those places there are nobody who lives around there, so nobody runs the risk of being infected by any infectious material in those wastes. Secondly, we're going to talk about uh, the sharps, like the needles, the scalpels, and maybe broken beakers or glasses. And these ones, we are going to look at how we are going to dispose them in terms of, okay, the thing that we're going to do is we can do incineration. Incineration actually is we expose them to high temperatures so that they can be sterilized. After they are sterilized, we can now look for appropriate disposal bins. Normally, what is the color of which color do we use for disposing the sharps in the laboratory? Anyone? Which color of the bin? You can unmute and tell us. Shadrach, which color of the bin? Leonard?
Okay, we have a yellow color.
Yellow color. All right. Yes, that's true. We use the yellow color bin to dispose the sharps in the laboratory. And that is according to the OSHA protocols and the SOPs. Up to there, I think we've covered how the definition and how we dispose these laboratory wastes. And I think just because of time, I can see we're running out of time. I just want you to at least give me one or two things you've learned today. Mildred, what have you learned today? Mercy. Okay. Uh, since you people we are going to think we are going to end there for today. But before we end this lesson, I'm going to give you a takeaway assignment that you're going to do, and then you can just submit it before our next session, which will be next week. And I'm going to share a link that you're going to submit the assignment. So assignment is discuss 10 importances of proper waste disposal in the laboratory. I'm going to repeat, discuss 10 importances of disposal of laboratory waste. That is going to be 20 marks. And let's say it is going to be submitted before next our next session. Thank you. Have a blessed evening. Oh,
We have a question.
okay, sorry. Just carry on.
Is it personal or group?
It should be personal. Yeah, you can consult your friends, but at least have personal work. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. You are free to leave. You may leave the meeting.